Hello HL students and welcome everyone. Yes, literature. Here on this lesson, I'm going to read a part of a short story called Studies in the Park by Anita Desai, one of the most famous Indian story writers and university professor. She is now old, like 80, 85 years old. So this story is really fun. The way that she writes is really fun and entertaining. And the story is about one Indian boy in maybe 1970s or 60s that trying to study but cannot find a quiet place to do it. How is the situation for you? Do you need a quiet space, a quiet place to study, or no, you're fine, you can study anywhere? So let's find out about the story and then go through the literature of it. Turn it off, turn it off, turn it off. First he listens to the news in Hindi, directly after in English. Broom, 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 broom. The voice of doom roars. Next in Tamil, then in Punjabi, in Gujarati. What next? My God, what next? Turn it off before I smash it onto his head. Fling it out of the window. Do nothing of the sort. Of course, nothing of the sort. And my mother, she cuts and fries, cuts and fries. All day I hear her chopping and slicing and the pan of oil hissing. What all does she find to fry and feed us on? For God's sake, eggplants, potatoes, spinach, shoe soles, newspapers. Finally, she will slice me and feed me to my brothers and sisters. Now she's turned on the tap. It's roaring and pouring and roaring into a bucket without a bottom. The bell rings. Voices clash, clatter and break. The tin and bottle man, the neighbors, the police, they help the blind man, thieves and burglars, all of them, 10 or 20 or 100 of them, marching up the stairs, hammering at the doors, breaking in and climbing over me, 10, 20 or 100 of them. Then, worst of all, the milk arrives in the tallest glass in the house. Sunno, drink your milk. Good for you, Sunno. You need it. Now before the exams. Must have it. Sunno, drink. The voice wheedles its way into my ear like a worm. I shudder. The cable tips over. The milk runs. The tumbler clangs on the floor. Sunno, how will you do your exams? That is precisely what I ask myself. All very well to give me a room. Uncle's been pushed off on a pilgrimage to Hardwar to clear a room for me and to bring me milk and say, study, Sunno, study for your exam. What about the uproar around me? These people don't know the meaning of the word quiet. When my mother fills buckets, slushes the kitchen floor, fries and sizzles things in a pan, she thinks she is being quiet. The children have never even heard of the word. It amazes and puzzles them. On their way back from school, they fling their satchels in at my door, then tear in to snatch them back before I tear them to bits. Bow when I pull at their ears, screech when mother whacks them, stuff themselves with her fries, and then smear grease on my books. So I raced out of my window with my fingers in my ears to scream till the roof fell down about their ears. But the radio suddenly went off, the door to my parents' room suddenly opened and my father appeared, bathed and shaved, stuffed and set up with the news of the world in 6 different languages. So he is very angry with the situation and frustrated. Many of these sentences are incomplete. Other phrases are repeated. So what's the author's style and its effect on the reader? That's a question that you're going to answer. Actually, I'm going to answer for you. But what does Sunno think of his parents? That's what you are going to answer. I'm not going to help you. How old is Sunno, do you think? He looks like and sounds like a teenager preparing for a really big exam. So what do you think? And what's your evidence? I just gave you the evidence. Why is it so important for Sunno to study in a quiet place? Why is it important for you if you are that kind of person? Okay, so let me tell you about the first question and answer. Stream of consciousness is a narrative mode or method that attempts to depict the multitudinous thoughts and feelings which pass through the mind of a narrator. So, what does it mean? It means that something comes to your mind, then something else comes to your mind, and something interrupts you. So, multitude, which means many, and multitudinous, which means being many or having the quality of many, thoughts and feelings here and there, some coming and rushing and going and interrupting each other. Sometimes authors and writers write their stories in this way, and then with this method. It is called the stream of consciousness. Why? For the reader to relate to them and empathize with them and feel themselves, the reader, in their place, how they felt at the time, or how the character, if it's not based on real story and real events. So, yes, this is one method of writing, and for understanding of the text, you are going to find out the answers to those questions B, C, and D on your own. Okay, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you want to learn more and study more and read more about what Anita Desai has written. Take care.